My next guest every weekend. Love talking to him on the radio. We all love him here at 5AA, and he's going to sound even better today. Dr. Vincent, have I got you on the line?
Yes, thank you so much for having me back, especially after the mishap of last week's audio.
That's that's okay. It's the telecommunication companies around Australia. It's their fault, not your fault.
I know, but also, this is what happens when you go live on air. Anything can happen.
Anything, and my God, I'm used to that. Today we're gonna be mythbusters, aren't we, Vincent?
Yeah, because with all of this information that's out there about health and wellness, I think it's really easy being misled by myths and misinformation, especially when it is being proposed on a social media platform, being pushed by so-called health experts or wellness experts. And I really do think that it is important for us to go through these popular myths and debunk them because misleading people with misinformation and disinformation when it comes to health can come at a really high cost to our health, which we will talk about later. So this is the reason why I picked this topic because you hear it all the time. Me, my friends, my family, they were like, "Oh, aren't fats bad for you, or are all carbs bad for you?" And I really do think that we need to talk about this so that people can make the right decision for their health and wellness.
Spot on, because so much of the stuff we do see on social media now, as you said, from so-called health experts who've really got, how do we say this kindly? I can say I've got no idea, on there, and they just dispense advice, and I really worry about it. Let's do number one. All fats are bad. Now, that has to be a myth, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, between my KFC and McDonald's, no, I'm kidding.
If it were-
Fats are
well,
essen-
I'll take up the mantle for you. It's okay. They,
yeah, fats are essential to a balanced diet. It supports brain health, hormone production, and energy. It is one of the three major micronutrients. So the key is actually to choose healthy fats as opposed to saturated fat or a hydrogenated fat or trans fat. So things like avocados, nuts, olive oil, fish, they're actually really healthy. They are sources of essential omega fatty acid. And I really do think that we should make sure that we include healthy fats in our diet. And it doesn't mean that you need to exclude all of the so-called unhealthy fats because fats actually add flavor profile to our food, and it helps to promote satiety. So when you eat fat, when you include fat into your healthy diet, it actually promotes feeling fuller for longer. It helps with your insulin response, and it all comes to moderation is key, right? So you
exactly
need to make
right.
sure that
Yeah.
you enjoy your life, but at the same time making sure that you're not doing something that is detrimental to your health.
Number two, and you know what? This has to be a myth because I love carbs. All carbs are bad. I don't agree at all.
I don't agree at all. I mean, multigrain bread, for example, or wholemeal bread, it used to be part of a healthy breakfast. And now, if you look
Yes.
at social media and TikTok and Instagram, it's so demonized. It's almost like it's so bad to eat a slice of bread or two. And I really think that we need to get a grip because it is part of how your body is extracting energy without carbs and without fat, your body won't be able to function properly. Sure, you can get your calorie as well as energy from protein as well, which is very important as a building block. But excluding carbs means that you're also excluding fibers, you're excluding
Yep.
essential nutrients from your body. And I do think that when when I think there was a study that says that there are like 100 new diet that happens or being created every day. But the general rule of thumb is that when a diet is so exclusive, meaning that it excludes food groups, that's a bad diet because you don't want a diet that you can't sustain. You don't want a diet that will reduce the variety of food that you can eat.
And you sent me a note saying that if we do cut out them completely, can lead to reduced energy and mood swings. If I don't have my toast and coffee in the morning, Vincent, there are mood swings. Let me tell you. So yes,
Well,
right.
Well, we do know that there's a word created for that. It's called hangry.
Yes, exactly right. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
And the third one is
yeah,
detoxing.
oh yes, yeah. Give me a break. Sorry.
It is scientifically untrue. You cannot detox. You cannot do anything to help the detoxification process of your body. Your body has its own system to detoxify itself. So your kidney, your liver. What you can do is you can be healthy and support the health of these two major organs in your body to make sure that your body has the ability to metabolize and detoxify itself. So a lot of products out there, when they say that it's a detox or it helps you detox, majority of the time they're either laxative or
Yep.
they make you go to the toilet or to pass urine too frequently. So I really do think that people need to stop forcing themselves to buy into these magical health claims, especially when it comes to detoxification, because too much laxative and being dependent on laxative is actually really bad for your body. And if you're young people listening to this, if you train yourself relying on laxative, it will
Oh,
really mess
yeah.
up your metabolic rate
Um,
as well as your digestive tract for the rest of your life.
and apart from anything, it's very unattractive. I'll just put that out there right now. So
It
yes.
is. It is, and it's very depressing too. So you need to look after your physical health, but you also have to make sure that you look after your mental health and well-being.
Exactly right. The one I saw this on the list. Eating after 8 p.m. causes weight gain.
Well, weight gain or weight loss is a uh, problem, right? So 100 calorie at 7 p.m. and 100 calorie at 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. still is 100 calorie.
100 calories. Exactly right. Yes.
The calorie doesn't know if you eat at 7:59 or 8:01.
Yep.
Well, weight gain isn't due to the meal timing, but rather a total calorie intake. So eating late isn't necessarily harmful. It's about what you eat and how much you eat. And I do think that there is an element of truth in saying that, you should eat your heavier calorie when you are still active, not only because it helps with the circulation as well as initial response, it is also good to keep your bigger portion of calorie when you're actually socializing. The reason
Yeah.
being is because you want to make sure that if you're on calorie restriction or if you are trying to reduce your calorie intake, you don't actually exclude yourself from social outing, from social interaction, because that's in a lot of cases that is the origin of a eating disorder
That's
issue
right.
when you're so focused and obsessed in counting calories.
Normally I'm out drinking after 8 o'clock at night. That's only a joke, people. So yes, not eating after 8 o'clock at night.
Well, we get to the point where we're talking about health supplement, and I have a lot of opinion when it comes to health supplement, but
As you
my main
should. Yeah.
because I do have a company that's makes and sells health supplement, but I still need to put it out there that, as the name suggests, health supplement is a supplement to your diet, is a supplement to fresh fruit and vegetable. And sure, supplements can help with specific deficiencies such as vitamin D or B12, or as a source of nutrients that your body cannot really absorb from nature, like phenolic antioxidants or omega-3 fatty acid. However, you need to make sure that when it comes to health supplement, more is not better. So you need to look after yourself in terms of giving your body what it needs. In some cases, it's actually worth consulting a health practitioner,
Spot on.
either your
Yep.
doctor, dietitian, nutritionist, to make sure that you're taking something that you actually need instead of wasting money on things that you don't need.
Number six, that you need sports drinks for hydration. What a load of nonsense.
We talk week in and week out about the importance of hydration. I think people just need to keep it simple. It doesn't have to be in the form of isotonic drinks or
Yep.
bottled drinks with artificial flavor or artificial sweetener. A plain good old water is the best form of hydration for your body.
Yeah, spot on. And, if you don't understand that, I think you really need to do some research on that, as we're saying today, because so many people use those drinks and I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either. I mean, water is in most cases free, and I do think
Yes.
that you know, largely the quality control for tap water here in Australia is actually more stringent than the quality control for packaged or bottled water. So I do think that we need to be smarter about this. Instead of buying into the marketing, just do the common sense.
Spot on. And really, the bottle that you have doesn't mean it's going to be better inside. It's still water, people. So, yes.
It is still water. As a matter of fact, uh, refilling your own water bottle that is made either from glass or stainless steel is actually better because
Yep.
I think a couple months ago we talked about the amount of microplastic in packaged water or packaged beverage, and I do think that people need to be worried about that more because it's so much harder for your body to get rid of than anything else when it comes to microplastic pollution.
Organic foods are always healthier. That's not right, is it? Because, good quality fruit and veg is good quality fruit and veg.
Yes, and the problem with Australians is that we just don't eat enough fruit and vegetables. I think people need to stop A, believing the organic fruit and vegetable are better, and B, asking people or demanding people to choose organic because uh, you're putting too many conditions and demand on people while they're not eating enough fruit and vegetable to start with. And I really am saying that in terms of the safety, in terms of the quality, Australia is probably one of the highest, Australia and Japan, one of the highest and most stringent quality control when it comes to our produce. So if you can and if you are willing to pay more for organic fruit and vegetable, I'm not going to stop you. But if you choose not to eat organic, it doesn't mean that you are somehow less healthy or you
Yes.
care about your health less than people who buy organic.
And look, I saw the next one the other day and I didn't believe it. Don't drink water before meals. Good luck there.
A lot of people believe this because they think that drinking water before or during meal can dilute our stomach acid and therefore stop our body from digesting the food in the most optimal way. I do think that drinking water before meal can actually be beneficial because 50% of the time when we are feeling peckish or really, really hungry is actually because we are thirsty. So
Yeah.
for people who want to make sure that they don't overeat, a glass of water before meal will actually help filling in your stomach instead of going for the high calorie dense food.
And, these misconceptions that we have can harm us over time, can't they? There's about 5 ways they can.
Well, the first and major one is nutrient deficiency and imbalance. So things like fats are bad or carbs is the root cause of weight gain. I really do think that not only it is harmful for our physical health, but it makes us too obsessed about what we eat, and it can lead to things like eating disorder, body dysmorph, body image issue. And I do believe that including a wide variety of food in your diet is more important
Yeah.
than cutting things off. And I do believe also that majority of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients can be sourced from everyday food. We don't want to replace that with pills and tablets unless we really need to.
Exactly right. Increased risk of chronic disease, especially for those people that detox, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and the overuse of detox cleanses can strain organs like kidney and liver. And I know that people take these kind of products with the best of intention to be healthier, but unfortunately, the not knowing about the risk and the not knowing about the misleading and misinformation can contribute to long-term health issues. The same thing with hydration, with things with a lot of sugar, a lot of additional chemicals and flavors and artificial color. The intention is right because some people they probably think that by drinking this type of drinks, they actually provide all of the benefit for their body. But when it comes to our health, usually the most simple way is the healthiest way.
Exactly right. And I'm going to jump around a bit here. Delay in medical care, because if you go around with those unproven remedies, instead of going to the doctor, sometimes it can make things worse.
Exactly. And not only it can make things worse, there's a lot of stories out there where the delayed medical intervention and medical care actually reduces the prognosis, reduces the chance of people recovering or getting better from their condition, especially when it comes to nutrient deficiency, when it comes to osteoporosis, when it comes to the kidney and liver function. When you feel that you're a little bit sluggish, or if you feel that there is something that changes in your body that is not normally there, always trust your gut instinct. Go and seek professional help because
Yes, not Dr.
sometimes,
Google.
yes, or ChatGPT, because
Yes.
sometimes the timing of you getting medical help is all that matters when it comes to your recovery.
I'll skip over this one. Wasted resources. If you go and buy detox pills, save your money, people, really. And with those weight loss things, they're dreadful. The last one I think is most important, the negative impact on mental health. If you go along and do all these things and don't have a bit of a treat, it can lead to, it can give you a negative impact, can't it?
Yes, I mean, if you're on Instagram or TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but I'm on Instagram. If you say, for example, click the hashtag fitness, you
Oh,
would think that everybody looks like that, and you look at yourself in the mirror, maybe not you, Richard, because you're really fit, but if I look myself in the mirror, I will feel that something is wrong with me, because why am I not as lean, why am I not as
yeah.
muscle as these people? But remember, those people make money looking like that. The rest of us will live in the real world, and I do think that I much rather be happy
Spot
than
on.
looking like that. Perhaps there's an argument to say that perhaps people who look like that can also be happy, of course. However, I also need to make sure that people who are listening to this are not being pressured to equate being healthy with looking lean or looking muscle like the people on Instagram.
I mean, you mentioned me before, so, yeah, listeners know I'm at the gym all the time. But you know what,
And
people,
twice.
yeah, I still go. I mean, I still have McDonald's occasionally. I still go to the pub. I eat chocolate sometimes. I do all those sort of things. And, could I afford to drop another couple of kilos? I probably can, but I'm not interested in doing that. I'm quite fit now. So, yeah,
Moderation is always key, and understanding this risk in terms of when it comes to the myth and misconception and misinformation about health is very important, because you need to make sure that you're feeding your body and you're
yep.
feeding your mind the right things, the things that can actually help you rather than be detrimental to your health, especially in the long term.
Great advice from you as always, Vincent. Where can we find out more information about you?
And appleday.com.au, everything is research, everything is scientifically backed, and also easy. We have a lot of recipes that can be done within 30 minutes. So you don't have to think that just because you're time poor, you can't eat healthy. So an appleaday.com.au.
And 30 minutes, people, is quicker than getting something delivered from Uber. I'll put that out there right now.
That is correct. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Vincent. Vincent, we'll talk to you next week here on 5AA.